So to start with, what would happen to the economy if the 2017 tax cuts that were passed through reconciliation by the Republicans expire and go away? What would happen?
I think Americans would have a major tax increase on their hands that would lead to a lot of less innovation, a lot less productivity, and we would have a worsening economy that I would not want to predict how bad it would be.
So the Treasury Secretary nominee said it would be catastrophic. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's one of the things we want to do on our side. Is it like $4.5 trillion of new taxes if all this goes away?
That's the static cost of it, yes, sir.
Yeah, so we don't want it to go away. I guess they do. So on regulations, do you have a say about regulations, government regulations?
OMB runs the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs. It's going to be charged to reset up the president's deregulatory agenda, and if confirmed, that'll be a major aspect of the job.
So when it comes to energy production, will you pledge to try to make it easier for America to soundly and safely extract the natural resources that we own, so we don't have to buy oil and gas from people who hate our guts?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. Do you believe that would make us safer? We're energy independent.
I do believe it's vital from a security standpoint and from the standpoint of Americans' pocketbooks to rely on cheap American energy and not to squander that.
Is it part of the goal of this administration is to make sure that we, in the AI space, we dominate?
Yes, it is.
Will you have a role in that? How to create a regulatory environment that allows us to compete with China?
We will. We help as part of the policy process in articulating to the federal agencies the guidance that the president would like with regard to the artificial intelligence.
When it comes to spending, is it your goal to reduce federal spending where you can responsibly?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe there's some room in our budget to eliminate programs that most Americans wouldn't feel the effect of?
I do. There's plenty of areas in the federal government to be able to begin to tackle our spending and debt.
So you promised me you'd do the best you can to reduce federal spending in a responsible way.
Yes, Senator.
Good. When it comes to the president's executive order about suspending foreign assistance for 90 days, do you know exactly how that works? Does that stop money going to Israel?
No, Senator. The Senator, it is a 90-day review of the programs that are in place, and it is to ensure that all of those programs are consistent with the president's viewpoint, of which, of course, aid to Israel continues to be one of them.
So what's the most important function of the federal government in your view?
I believe it's to keep the American people safe and secure so they can enjoy their liberties and to protect their rights.
Are you familiar with the amount of money we spend GDP-wise on defense? What is it right now?
I am aware. I think
It's like 3.1%.
3%, yes, Senator.
And it's going down to the mid-twos. Do you realize that's still only 4 times in American history we've had that small of amount of money spent on our defense? Will you be open-minded to make sure that we can defend this nation by creating a bigger Navy?
Absolutely, Senator. It's a priority of the president. It was a priority at OMB in the first term to make sure that we establish maritime supremacy in this country, and it will be if confirmed.
What is the size? Do you know how much money the State and Foreign Operations Subcommittee spends on the State Department and foreign assistance?
Off the top of my head, no, I don't know what the allocation is for the 302B.
It's $69 billion. Now, that's for the entire State Department, all our embassies, everybody, and the aid we provide to distressed places in the world. What percentage of the federal budget is that? Do you know, outlays?
I believe if you did a small percentage, it would be a small percentage compared to 7
It's
trillion.
1%. Now, having said that, try to save money. Let's don't waste money. But I believe, I'm a pretty hawkish guy, if you don't get involved in the world and you don't have programs in Africa where China is trying to buy the whole continent, we're making a mistake. So it's 1% of the budget. You can eliminate it all. You're not going to balance the budget. I think soft power is a critical component of defending America and our values. I look forward to working with you to make that count better, but the concept of soft power means a lot to me, and that's coming from a pretty hawkish guy. With that, Senator Merkley.
Thank you very much.